Hey everybody, what's up? Today we're going to take a look at Falvia. She is a really cool champ. A little bit harder to pull, but if you get lucky and get some copies of her, especially early on, I think she's going to help you progress quite a bit in Disa and Kinsara Marsh. I think she's got potential to be really good in both of those, as well as some other places, right? Ancient Altar, she's usable on the AoE stage. Twilight Lands, I have found her really useful in the energy stage. You get some usage out of her in Soul Mine for a little bit. I think general progression. She's going to be a pretty solid champ. Again, a little bit harder to pull, but fantastic. She's very good about... She's got a lot of multi-hits and AoE, which is why I think she's going to be particularly good in those two dungeons. So real quickly, let's take a look at her skills, talk a little bit about what she's doing and what she's bringing to the fight, how I've built her, and then we'll jump over and try her out in some of these dungeons. So her ultimate... She fires 5 beams at random enemies in the target area. Each beam shot deals damage, obviously, and then it prioritizes attacking different enemies. However, somewhere like Disa Caves, where there's only one enemy, that's going to be really helpful. Or in 12 and above, when there's the healing beetle, it'll, I reckon, split the damage between the two. So she's going to be a good champ to have on the team to take care of the beetle, because not all champs will focus the beetle straight away. So sometimes dealing with that on full auto can be kind of tough. And then the talent effect here, after the beam projectile is fired, launch a cluster beam that inflicts 350% attack of damage to all enemies. She's got really good talents. Every talent bump you see across her skills is going to be very important to her kit. So sometimes the talents are pretty good or you know, not really significant at all, it feels like. Every one of her talents is really good. So you want to make sure you keep an eye on that for her. Her common, she fires 2 projectiles at the target, and it can trigger the passive effect of precise positioning. We'll talk about that in a second. The talent, she gets another projectile, so that's another multi-hit for Disa, for example. Here, she fires energy round at the target area, inflicting damage to all enemies in the area. Talent here increases the radius of that, and then precise positioning. Her basic attacks increase the damage of all her skills by 2% up to 30%. And then you get some other bonuses here. And then here increases the crit rate of Falvia by 10%. So that's just a 10% bump to her crit rate. She's got a lot of base crit rate built into her from a few different angles. So getting crit on her is actually not too difficult. Real quick, let's take a look at her exclusive, because it's also pretty important. I have her at 20. I would recommend, if you really want to use her heavily, try to get her to 20. I think she benefits very heavily from it. At least to 10, though. At least get her to 10. The unlock is every time she casts a basic skill, she stores an additional beam up to a maximum of 5. Stored beams are all fired the next time she casts an ultimate. So this basically doubles her ultimate. Without it, she casts 5 beams. Now she can store 5 more, so now it's going to cast 10 on top of the AoE after. So it basically almost doubles the damage completely of her ultimate, which is pretty insane. Getting it to 10, when the basic attack lands a critical strike, increase the damage of all skills by 1%. Obviously very good. And then at 20, increases the max skill damage bonus to 60. So she's going to ramp her, in much the way of like Ravenna, she's going to ramp her damage up over time. And then the 30 is actually pretty good, but unless she's going to be one of your main champs, I wouldn't do her first. I say this every time. There's quite a few champs that you should do before her, but exclusive is important. Another reason the exclusive is important is because her bottom stat here is crit rate, and you see I'm getting 22% crit rate from her exclusive, and then I'm getting 10 more from her passive. So there's 33% crit rate straight out of the gate. So if we go look at her crit rate right here, I think the 10% might get added on. I don't know what all gets added on, but somewhere she's got 25% base crit rate. And then I've got 86% from my gear and other things. So I don't know if the exclusive is represented here. I don't know where it's represented. I'd have to strip her of her gear to see where it's all coming from. I imagine maybe she's getting a little bit from prototypes as well. So either way, she's got a lot of crit rate built in. It's not that hard to get crit on her. I could probably honestly get her off the crit rate gloves and get her into some crit damage gloves. She's not in like super optimized gear, but I feel like maybe that'll be better for testing. So We can see here, it recommends just crit damage stuff. Again, just a typical crit damage damage dealer. So if you can get crit damage on the gloves, which you probably could. Honestly, if I was gonna go with another Sun Signet set here especially, we could probably still have her at 100% crit rate and have the crit damage high. Which I guess we could do really quickly. Let's see if we have any Sun Signet crit damage gloves first before we start making a bunch of changes. So we've got, those have a little crit rate on them. They all have a little crit rate. All right, let's do this real quick. Make a couple of changes to her live. Triple damage reduction is not ideal. That is not what we were after there. There's one crit rate roll. Can we do a little better here? That's crit rate and attack, so let's give her that one. And then we'll go attack percentage. Yeah, we got some options here. None of them are fantastic as far as subs go, so that doesn't really matter. And then, okay, she might just borrow someone's, actually. Yeah, just borrow Rakana's, that's fine. So now, let's take a look. Yeah, see, now she's still got pretty high crit rate and then pretty beefy crit damage there. So let's try that build on her. And again, I want to try her in Disa and I want to try her in Kinsara Marsh. So let's jump in and play around with that a little bit. I'm going to have to make some adjustments. We're going to get Ravenna out because Ravenna will just kind of dominate the whole thing, and we don't really want that. Let's drop Sorietta. Let's bring in Falvia for Sorietta, and then we're probably going to need a healer. So let's put in, we could do Masrani for the attack bump for the back line. That might be interesting. Let's do that. Although, if I'm talking about for progression, we'll do both. We'll do Masrani and then we'll swap in Serena, okay? And then for the commander, she's actually benefiting from her, so that works. Dark Summit, she's not going to benefit from, and then the other two, that'll be fine, I think. So now we'll get to see how she's going to deal with the beetle. So this will actually be pretty interesting. So let's see how this goes. We've got our damage open over here, so we can see how she hangs with everyone else. I assume Taylor will be the bigger damage dealer here. It'll be interesting to see how she and Botmark do here. All right, let's see if she focuses the beetle. All right, it looked like Taylor went after the beetle, which is odd. In my experience, he doesn't do that on his own. Maybe it's his positioning. I'm not sure her beams went back and forth at all, even. She's out damaging Taylor. Yeah, Taylor's doing that on his own. Maybe we'll move Taylor to a different position. Maybe we'll swap Taylor and Masrani and see. She's out damaging Taylor, which I was not anticipating being a thing. I know she's getting the backline bump from Masrani, but even so, pretty nice. Even so, I was not anticipating that. That's pretty good. Let's just fill these up. All right, let's swap the two of you. I want to see if Taylor does that again on his own, because then I feel like I've always had to drag him over there for him to do that. I'm going to go ×1 just so I can keep an eye a little bit on what's going on a little bit better. So yeah, she starts kind of slow, but we know that she's got those damage ramp-up mechanics built into her kit, so as the fight goes on, I guess she starts to close the gap with damage. Okay, so she's ulting. Let's see if she does anything to the beetle. We're kind of just out damaging. I wish it had a health bar so I could see if anyone was hitting it. I guess it was a matter of Taylor's positioning too. I guess if you put Taylor on the bottom here, he'll take care of the beetle. That's interesting to know. I didn't know. I thought you had to drag him over here under it. She doesn't seem to be targeting it actually with her ult. What's going on there? I wonder why. It's almost like it's not clocking it as an enemy. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll bring him back down. Let's throw in Serena though to get rid of the attack bump and see what the stats look like at the end of the fight. Yeah, that's pretty handy information, to be honest. He wasn't doing it with his ult either. He was doing it with just like a straight shot. Yeah, that skill. Which maybe is the end of his ult, actually. Yeah, he targets the boss. His AI is working really well. He's targeting the boss with his multi-hits and then killing the beetle with the big shot. Even without Masrani's attack lead, she's like closing the gap. And again, she's just ramping herself up as the fight goes on. I might have to swap her in for Sorietta in my main team, actually. I think I'm down to like 23 seconds. What's wrong with the Hawkeye thing? Is that like a size of the window issue? No, what's going on? That's weird. Yeah, she surpassed Taylor, even without Masrani's help. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that was gonna happen. All right, well, very cool. That's good to know. Yeah, we might swap her into my main team, actually. For Sorietta, because I feel like she's doing more than Sorietta. So my usual team is this. I'll put Taylor here. And maybe I'll do that. And maybe they'll both focus the beetle. I just want to see how this goes. I guess the big kicker here will be how much was Sorietta helping us get the shield down quicker? Was he helping us get it down quicker than Falvia does? Might be a new record. It says 23, but you all saw that was 22 seconds, right? I'm not crazy. All right, yeah. Well, we discovered our new speed run for Disa then, because they'll get 22 eventually. All right, let's jump over and try her out in Kinsara Marsh now. And let's drop Rez and Ravenna because again, we know we're gonna just monopolize everything. And let's throw in Falvia, and then who else? We've got our front line taken care of. So we need someone else. Sinway's pretty good in here. I like Sinway in here. Let's throw Sinway in. We'll throw him in the middle. And let's see what this looks like. I was always surprised by Sinway's damage in here. And we know she'll start a little bit slow, but she will ramp up. She's ramping up quick. Now, Kane, historically, will just turn around and deal with those. Kane is a fantastic member of the Kinsara Marsh team. If you haven't seen that video, I'll card to it up there if I remember. I did a video like this on Kane. He's really, really good. If you're struggling to find someone that'll deal with everything else going on around you, Kane is top notch. Ravenna's great at it, but Ravenna seems to only want to do it with her ult. I forgot to check the damage. Ravenna seems to only want to do it with her ult. Kane will do it seemingly no matter what's going on. He'll just turn around and take care of it. Kind of want to just throw someone else in. Put you in. And this time I won't forget to look at the damage. Like, it's like once that first ult of hers hits, it's just game over. Although Kane making a name for himself. I guess he was a little out of range here, maybe? Maybe just a little too far away to turn around and deal with those? That's interesting. He was backline, wasn't he? They run up so far from the back line. I still stand by what I said. I forgot to look at the... Kane keeps distracting me from looking at the damage. Get out of here, Kane. There's Sinway back in. Damn, Kane. You guys are seeing it, so you're getting something out of it. I keep forgetting to look. Yeah, Sinway starts to catch up too when he ults, but then she ults again, and it's just... So yeah, no one here is going to do anything about that, I don't believe. Yeah, but we should survive that. Oh, no, Sinway took over. Sinway's a monster, dude. I guess the numbers take a second to catch up here, though, because she did do more damage ultimately. So she outdamages Sinway here. Shoot, I might throw her in for Kane, then. Because with my team, it's kind of like... I wonder if I could drop Masrani and speed it up. Let's see if I can drop, because we've managed to drop our healer from Disa. Let's see if we can drop our healer from here and just speed this up. So we're gonna go Ravenna, we're gonna go Kane, and I think we're gonna go Rez, and I'm gonna put them together. So we'll do like that. Let's try this one too, just to see what it looks like. And I guess I don't need Healing Horn, but it really doesn't matter. I just need the stat bump. All right, yeah, let's see what this looks like. Ravenna's just gross, dude. But we could just drop Creep too, to be honest. We might not even need Creep. Maybe we do Artist. Maybe Artist helps us. With his, you know, passive stuff. Did he even have time? I don't think Artis even had time to do anything with it. We're there. We don't need the healer and we don't need a front line, I don't think. I guess we could just throw someone else in for damage. Maybe, Sinway. Let's see what it looks like. We're here now. There we go. We shaved 2 seconds off of getting to the boss. That was taking us about 10 seconds. No, Ravenna, don't focus them. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, Ravenna just sucks up all the damage from everyone else. Either way, I think she's pretty good in here. I feel like she's probably better in Disa than Kinsara, but I think she's still very usable in Kinsara. I think especially for progression. And again, if you have Kane, I can't emphasize enough how helpful he is in there. So that's it. I just thought we would take a look at her today because she's a really cool champ. And again, if you maybe you could prioritize her real quick. Some tips, not evolve. When you get these cards, because you can pick her from here. So some of these champs that have lower rates that are a little harder to get, like Falvia and Kane, as you get these cards from your rewards as you progress through different parts of the game, you could prioritize her from those. As you start to get these shards from your login, you could prioritize her from there. So there's copies of her around to be had, okay? And then I believe you can wishlist her. I'm pretty sure you can wishlist her as well. Yeah, so wishlist her, grab her from the selection cards, grab her from your frags. She's around, all right? You're gonna pull her a little less frequently. And if there happens to be a banner with her on it, you know, you can go kind of hard on that banner as well. But there's copies of her around to be had, same with Kane. And they're both really, really good champs. So that's it. I just thought it would be fun to take a look at her today. So let me know who you'd like to see next. I do want to go through and knock out a lot of the champs in the game. I think they all are interesting at something. So if there's anyone specifically you would like to see sooner rather than later, let me know in the comments. Other than that, I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you guys. Later.